Okay, section 6.2 is solving linear systems by the substitution method. Here are the 4 steps for solving the substitution method. Okay, as you'll see in step 1, one equation is already solved for you. Y is equal to 2x plus 1. So we're going to substitute 2x plus 1 in for y in the second equation. So we write the second equation down. So that's 3x plus y. Y we are now going to substitute in 2x plus 1 is equal to negative 9. So we're going to solve and get 5x plus 1 is equal to negative 9. Subtract 1. So we get 5x is equal to negative 10. Divide by 5 and we get x is equal to negative 2. Now we're going to plug in negative 2 into this equation right here that's solved for y. So y is equal to 2 times negative 2 plus 1. So that's negative 4 plus 1. Y is equal to negative 3. Our answer we put in an ordered pair, 2, negative 3. Okay, example 1b, the first equation is already solved for y, so we're just going to plug this in right here in the second equation. So that's 5x plus 3 parentheses. What are we plugging in for y? 4x minus 6 is equal to negative 1. So that's 17x minus 18 is equal to negative 1. Add 18 to both sides. So that 17x is equal to 17. Divide both sides by 17, and you get x is equal to 1. Now we're going to plug in 1 back into the first equation. It says y is equal to 4 times 1 is 4 minus 6. So y is equal to negative 2. So my answer is 1, negative 2. That is my answer. To check, we need to plug each one in to each equation. So in equation 1, y is negative 2 is equal to 4 times 1 is 4 minus 6. 4 minus 6 is a negative 2, so the left side equals the right side. In equation 2, 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 times a negative 2 is a negative 6, and 5 minus 6 is equal to negative 1, so that also checks. Example 2, neither equation is solved for a variable, so we have to do that. Step 1 says to solve for the variable that has a coefficient of 1. In the first equation, x has a coefficient of 1, so we are going to solve for x. So we're going to subtract 2y. To avoid having a negative in the very first term, we're going to write it as 6 minus 2x. Okay, so now we're going to plug in 6 minus 2x into the second equation for x. So that's 3 parentheses 6 minus 2x minus 4y is equal to 28. Do the distributive property. that should be a y right here. Combine like terms. Subtract 18 on both sides. Divide both sides by -10. So y is equal to -1. Now, in this equation right here where it's solved for x, we're going to plug in -1 for y. So that's 6 minus 2 times a -1. So that's 6 plus 2 is 8. So my answer is 8, -1. Okay, in example 2b, it says solve for one of the equations for the variable that has a coefficient of 1. That is step 1. And if you will notice, the second equation, y, has a coefficient of 1. So I am going to solve for y. And I'm going to add 3x to both sides, so it's 3x minus 13. Again, I am going to plug this in the first equation wherever I see y. So that's 4x plus 5, parentheses 3x minus 13 is equal to 11. Combine like terms, that's 19x minus 65 is equal to -11. Add 65. Well, that should not be a -11. Divide by 19, so x is equal to 4. Now, I'm going to plug it in right here. So y is equal to 3 times 4 minus 13. It's 12 minus 13, which is -1. So my answer is 4, -1. Okay, example 2c, I am going to solve for this x. So I am going to add 3y to both sides. Plugging 3y minus 9 into the second equation. To the distributive property. Combine like terms, 15y and a -2y is 13y. Add 45. Divide by 13, and y is equal to 4. Now I'm going to plug that into the equation that's solved for x. So x is equal to 3 times 4 minus 9. So it's 12 minus 9 is 3. So my answer, again, is 3, 4. Okay, example 3b. The second equation is solved for y, so I'm going to plug it in the first. That's 2x minus, and then put in parentheses, 2x minus 3 is equal to 8. Do the distributive property. The x's go away, so that's 3 is equal to 8. Is that a true statement? It is false, therefore the answer is no solution. That means that if I graph these two equations, they would be parallel lines. If I solve the first equation for y, that's -y is equal to -2x plus 8. Divide by -1. Draw your line. The other equation, solve that also, oops, if you will see, they are parallel. Parallel lines never cross. That is why they're no solution. I hope that has helped you with this lesson. If you have any more questions, you're more than welcome to come in for tutorials.